Hello everyone, my name is Jin and welcome to my archive. Today I'll be providing the summary of Wuthering Waves 2.7 main story quest. I am hoping to keep it as short as I can as it will be filled with cutscenes. My thoughts on it will be at the end of the video. Anyways, let's begin. We begin with Rover's return to Ragunna, where they see Brant, Roshia, and the Triple Fools performing a tale to lighten up the darkened mood of the city. As Rover approaches the troupe, they faint, witnessing a dream of people they met on their journey giving up and Carthethia dead. Reading off a stone tablet, tacit discords came to Rover, calling them Harbinger and for them to open the gateway of paradise. That was when a mysterious woman appeared, sending Rover away before saying an ominous line.
Leviathan, I will deliver you her death.
Rover awakens from their stupor as Brant filled them in on the situation. It appears that the Regenesi have been having strange dreams ending in the same way, the fall of Renacita. They're also seeing many foreign tacit discords appearing out of thin air. Parting ways with Brant, Rover decides to visit Carthethia. On the way there, Rover meets Cantarella, who came to discuss some details of Carthethia before a loud bang was heard. Carthethia seemed to be dead, but her tacit mark is still flickering. It seems that something is strange here. The power of separation was used in some way after investigating the scene, and Cantarella was called by Carthethia for an urgent matter, but was not given any details. In any case, Rover is determined to investigate and chases after the mysterious woman who had powers of the dark type. Tracking the mysterious woman, Rover encountered a Thundering Memphis, who is a tacit discord of a foreign region, specifically Jinzhou. They encounter Avidius, who lends them a hand. Avidius revealed that the person Rover is tracking is called Discord Slayer, who witnesses say leads swarm of tacit discord-like troops into battle. Avidius also revealed that he is in Ragunna because the Quillbearer has no verse pen for him here. Thus, he can start anew and become someone for himself, taking destiny into his own hands. On the way to Alvarado's vault, the two were pulled into an illusion. The Discord Slayer helped Rover overcome the illusion while Avidius overcame it himself, but heard of a figure named Caligula, a tyrant of Septimont who wields the Dark Tide, also known as the Mad King. The Mad King left a curse behind. I shall become the very history and memory of Septimont. So long as fear lingers in your heart, I shall return. At the vault, Rover and Avidius met with Zani and Carlotta, who were overseeing the evacuation of the Regenesi. As their talk continued, gunfire was heard at the entrance. The Discord Slayer was there, with bodies littered on the floor. The bodies were actually the Dark Tide's creation, hiding in human form. The Discord Slayer is Galbrena, a person hunting Leviathan. A false Fenrico appeared, preaching the Order's teaching, asking Rover to hand over the civilization capsule that Imperator left them. The preaching continues as Fenrico was about to strike an innocent, but Galbrena protected her, proving that she wasn't slaughtering people carelessly. This made Rover believe her and pointed their blade towards the false Fenrico. Galbrena then used the light of Genesis, which dispersed the Dark Tide and revealed that the false Fenrico was actually the false Sovereign in disguise. A battle ensued as a portal opened from Imperator's relic with Avidius' touch. Rover, Avidius, and Galbrena entered a realm created by Imperator, who reveals that this moment, the Dark Tide descending, was already foreseen. Imperator reveals to Rover that this relic contains the record of the origin and birth of Renacita's civilization.
In the beginning, life rose and fell with the tide. The displaced and wandering did follow my guidance. They journeyed unto the archipelago. There, I did leave knowledge and technology, that they might walk the path to freedom.
Your light blesses us.
We follow your will.
To build our republic. Unity became the bedrock of civilization. But Leviathan seized upon mankind's longing for unity to manifest civilization's shadow. It spoke in my name, wrought false miracles, forged hollow grace, feeding on stagnant, obedient minds.
We are blessed by the sea. By you, we are unified. By you, we are born. From the sea we came, and to the sea we shall return.
From the founding of civilization, it had invaded their spirit and beliefs. I rose against it, only to unleash the dark tide. It scarred Renacita beyond measure. I began to question all I had done. The Threnodian did steer Renacita's fate. And I too once guided Renacita's course. In truth, we were no different. We both sought to mold civilization after our own will. Those who truly walked the land were never granted the right to choose. Civilizations abound with Threnodians. No eternal solution doth exist. Have I the right to choose their fate? The shaping of a civilization must belong to its people.
Imperator further reveals that Leviathan was born of the dark side of mankind's longing for unity, and gave it the shape of a great sea creature. The opening of this capsule will steer Renacita's oldest memories, and for them to walk the path free of divinity, they must face the past and the fears born for the dark side of civilization. Galbrena then revealed herself, saying that she acted to save Cardathea and gave Rover Cardathea's necklace whose frequency resided in it. Cardathea tells Rover to trust Galbrena, and trust her, and everything they're doing is to defeat Leviathan. Galbrena then reveals that they need to find the Harbinger to track the Leviathan down. The Tide Spawn are born from a Harbinger's mind and memories, as well as Renacitan's darkest emotions. With some clues in their discussion, Galbrena and Rover agree that the Harbinger might be Avidius. As the two exited the relic, they headed towards the Celio Falls, where Avidius ran towards after muttering madness of one influenced by the Dark Tide. At the Celio Falls, Rover and Galbrena meet Cantarella and Phoebe, who are handling the current outbreak of Tide Spawn. Cantarella had to end one of her own family members due to the Dark Tide consuming them, as Phoebe seemed to have taken charge of the order that follows Imperator. The two parties will support Galbrena and Rover as they head deeper into the Celio Falls to put an end to the current situation. Avidius was slowly being consumed by the Dark Tide. he retold what he saw while inside Imperator's relic. He saw Caligula, the Mad King, whose face was the same as his. He is meant to inherit the title and the calamity itself. He believed himself to be the Harbinger and felt the dark tide converging at the Celio Falls. Wanting to stop the dark tide and take destiny into his own hands, he headed towards the Celio Falls. However, he fell short and was instead corrupted by it. As Rover and Galbrena fight against Avidius in the form of the false sovereign, hoping to bring Avidius back, Avidius continued to resist the dark tide. While in the dark tide, he saw the path of our Discord Slayer, who resisted it as a child. This was his turning point, and the resolve he needed to become the Gladiator of Hope.
I want it to be a story that gives people hope. By my spear, I vow to protect my allies and crush the hearts of the evil. I will absorb all of the tide spawn. Kill me and the calamity ends here. Avidius! There's no time! Discord Slayer, I saw your past in the tide. I know what you seek to do. Take my power and finish it. That too is my wish.
I promise I will. Give me all your bitterness. We will make them pay.
Pathetic as he was, in his final moments, he outran his fate. Now, why greet our reunion with animosity? Before the tides of fate, we are all but players on a stage.
Cristoforo appears, who continued to toy with Rover, as he states that Avidius was always fated to exit in the scene, letting us know that Avidius in the end didn't have full control of his destiny. Cristoforo then departs for a grander stage, leaving a hint for Rover to head towards Septimont. Reconvening with Cantarella, the foreshadowed twist was revealed as Rover tried to help a young girl.
But you can't save everyone.
Because Rover is the harbinger of the dark tide. With Cantarella's potion, it will help Rover fight against the illusion of the dark tide. Their next destination is Septimont, where the tides are getting much worse. There, Rover meets with Augusta, Yuno, and Lupa. Just for their personal sake, I love that when Yuno and Augusta met each other, Augusta said we were cut from the same cloth like we've known each other before. It's not the same as what I wanted, but it's close enough, so I'll take it. Augusta leads the group to protect the Anchor Obelisk, their main protection against the dark tide. However, they were outnumbered until reinforcements arrived.
So, this is where we're needed, right? Time to help reclaim those obelisks. The North Flank's ours. Let's give them a grand show!
The Montellis greet you. We will secure this cell.
The poison Leviathan leaves behind, allow the Thessalians to cleanse it.
Phew! Made it this time! I've got this side covered. By the name of Imperator, we'll protect the obelisks here!
Let's deal with the mess first. Plenty of time to catch up after.
One obelisk remains on the northeast.
I'll take that one.
You have my thanks, heroes from afar. May your names be etched in eternity. This battle is not over yet. Let's end this together!
Even with reinforcements, the tide spawns were unending, so Galbrena took it upon herself to jump into the gateway to Leviathan's journeying paradise. By doing so, the tide spawn will retreat to defend it, allowing the party to trap them all in one go with the anti-corrosion ward. Even after Galbrena enters, it will only buy time for the party to prepare the next course of action. The next person to enter will be the one to open the way for the others through the journeying paradise. That person must be able to use the Sentinel's power and create a connection with everyone else that will follow. Back at camp, the leaders were mingling amongst each other, and Rover arrived, asking how the others got here. To our surprise, they had a little help from their home.
Loud and clear, Rover? So, all available bloom bearers have arrived in Renacida. We're standing guard at Aberrado Vault, and Booling is already en route to reinforce Septimont. When the Threnodian blindsided us in Jinzhou, we ate some dust. But this time, the Black Shores will show the world who we really are. We've already synced intel with Raguna, and time's short, so I'll make this a quickie. We've drawn some key conclusions about the Threnodian in Renacida. The Threnodian is a shadow of civilization, formless and immortal. According to Imperator's judgment, they can't be erased entirely, only shackled. But the one you're about to face is different. The Fraxidus used the Threnodian's gem to resurrect him, and that created a crack in the shell. Tethys believes that with Imperator's power, you might be able to split the gem from the Threnodian and stop Leviathan from fully reviving. If you can extract the gem, Tethys can tap into a Sonoro's infinite expansion to lock that thing down for good. One more thing. Back in Jinzhou, Abby proved capable of absorbing Threnodian's frequencies. This means, in theory, it could act as a temporary host for the gem. But know this, the Threnodian Leviathan is rooted deeply in the minds and souls of Renacida's people. Only they can truly face it. At Raguna's request, we've teleported some of our strongest resonators to reinforce the front lines at Three Heroes Crest. So, leave the civilians to us. We'll keep them safe. As for combat power, I called in some insurance. Never hurts to play it safe. Don't worry,
These my blossoms, self-deceivers!
So you don't have to unleash the fans.
With Black Shores focusing on defense, everyone else can focus on offense. Everyone was discussing who should go into the journeying paradise, but the arrival of Qiuyuan bearing the lantern of Napoleon II gave it to Rover, who is the one that fits the requirement Galbrena set. The plan is for Rover to light the path for everyone. With the help of Cantarella's potion, they will be able to resist the dark tide and make their way through the journeying paradise. This plan gives Rover the nickname Harbinger of Hope. Rover talks to Qiuyuan regarding how he got the lantern. A brief explanation that Fenrico passed it to him to give it to Rover sufficed. However, Qiuyuan continues, seeing through Rover's deception and knows that Rover is prepared to die in this scenario. Rover asks for a favor from Qiuyuan in which he accepts, to be the last line of defense against the dark tide while everyone else enters the journeying paradise. As the two part ways, Rover tells another lie.
I never act with sacrifice as a given. Not even my own.
Entering the journeying paradise, Rover needs to find their way to Galbrena through anchoring like they did with Yuno. However, they don't know anything about Galbrena. To help with this endeavor was her tacit escort, Chimera. With Chimera's help, we learn about Galbrena's past as Rover anchors and make their way towards her.
Did you see that? That resonance ability? Can a child really wield that kind of power?
She'll be a force to be reckoned with. Perhaps even rise to challenge for F4 one day.
Damn it. I was so close. If it hadn't been for the difference in our resonance ability, I could have... What did you do to get that kind of power?
My power? It's always been there. Since the day I was born.
Born with it? How unfair. I can't take it. I trained harder, endured more, bled more.
I know. You're all stronger than me, and all worthy opponents. But please, you should tend to your injuries now.
Are you mocking us? People like you, born lucky, never understand what it means to struggle, to fight for your strength.
No, I really meant what I said. They are stronger than me, in body and in spirit. So many here are. They just don't have the same resonance ability. Why? Why was I the only one gifted with this power?
The next part is Galbrena being consumed by the dark tide as a child.
I was just in Oak Hollow. Where am I? I can't use my resonance ability. Why?
Because the dark tide loved you, but you rejected its gift. Now, it will consume you instead. You, your power, and everything that was once yours.
Kiria, is that really you?
You could have risen above us all. With your gift, you might have become the hero of heroes. Why did you stop? Why did you reject it? Don't you crave that glory?
Honestly, I never understood why I was born with this power. You and so many others. You deserved it more than I ever did. I've asked myself again and again, what does it mean to be strong? You once told me real strength comes from the heart, not from outside. And someone else said, she said real strength is meant to protect. The dark tide twisted me into a monster. People ran from me. So no, I won't accept this gift.
Well said. My frequency is nearly gone. Looks like I'll never get the chance to surpass you now. So take what remains of my strength. Live on. Live for me. Live for all of us.
But why give this to me?
You're not completely lost yet. You still have a chance to escape. More than any of us. And this is our wish.
Within the dark tide lies fate itself. No one can escape the magic costs.
I always knew you, quiet as you seem, If someone struck you down, you'd rise up and strike back twice as hard. I didn't want to admit it before, but in the arena, you didn't beat me with power. You beat me with will. The fire in your eyes, it doesn't lie. That's why I believe you'll see it through. So live with pride, head held high, free and unbound. Live for us and prove to fate that it can be defied.
Next is galbrena, fighting through the dark tide with no power whatsoever before meeting Chimera and escaping the dark tide.
A mortal here, it shall gnaw upon thee, slow, ceaseless, until thou bend the knee. Thy fate is to be made one with it.
The dark tide devours everything, assimilates everything. If I can't escape it, then I'll use it.
To claim a divinity's power is to invite divine wrath. Know this, more tidespawn lie in wait before thee.
It's already flowing inside of me. So why can't I turn it against them? Why can't I be the one who devours them? These false frequencies need me to survive. If this power doesn't want to listen to me, then I'll show it who's the real boss.
Thy own kind wished for thy survival, yet thou wouldst risk it all.
So I can truly live.
To seek a life true, while death surrounds thee. Absurd.
Then I'll show you, by living. No matter the pain, humanity can live through it. With pride, heads held high. Fate may be loud, but I don't think it's that strong. I don't believe in it.
To wield the dark tide against its spawns. Fascinating. Perhaps.
Within the dark tide lies fate itself. None can escape the net it casts.
It hurts. But I already see the light.
Carry our strength and our final hopes. Live with pride, head held high, free and unbound.
I'm almost there. I won't give up.
Human flesh remaineth ever feeble. This broken vessel's frequency is sundered and shattered. Yet this is indeed a chance of an eon. I shall give one final push.
And finally, we learned about how galbrena got her name, as Rover successfully anchored to her.
The flames! She's galbrena! The flame demon!
Time is running out.
Disguise as galbrena. Use their fear to drive them out. But alas, this time, the true galbrena had come. So long as hatred burns, Such frequencies shall nurture her rebirth. Run, as you always do.
Chimera, give me your devouring power. If I can consume her, I can end her rebirth.
You dare bargain with me?
This is a threat. Without me, you die too.
You would not dare.
Hunt with me or die with me. Your choice.
You know the cost.
Then before that, I'll tame you. But for now, that undying demon will fall beneath my blade! This name is now mine.
To wield this cursed fire with sanity, you will suffer considerable pain. Is it worth it?
Let's go. The hunt continues.
Galbrena then revealed the plan she had with Carthathea, to split Carthathea's godhood and humanity, making her human side into a bullet and setting it into the dark tide, giving form to the formless Leviathan, which is why Leviathan currently possesses the form of Fleur-de-Lis. This way, they can slay Leviathan. Making their way deeper into the Journeying Paradise, they arrive at Styx Lake, the place where Rover dreamed of in the very beginning of this story. Just like in mythology, someone came to usher them across the lake, going by the name of qiuyuan, the ferryman of the underworld. However, something was off about this ferryman, but Galbrena couldn't give a reason why, just on pure instinct. They were able to cross the lake and activate the Anchor Stone.
Yes, we saw it. The Anchor Stone has been activated. Sooner than expected.
My family's potions are ready. But please, a word. It's been crafted from the Threnodian's venom. Outside the corruption's reach, it induces hallucinations, warping your senses and clouding judgment. If you aren't immediately entering the dark tide, I advise you all not to drink it.
Ground defenses are holding, and no major fluctuations in the dark tide for now. Everyone.
Wait! An intense frequency suddenly. It's moving towards the Western Front.
Is this the best the mighty gladiators of Septimont can offer? Grand finale deserves grandeur. How can such a dull act satisfy the audience? Oh, yes! Now this is a scene fit for the final act. Blades do not discriminate. Leave. This one's mine. Oh, has Huanglong fallen so low, they now send a blind man to die? Prisoner Scar of Jinzhou, surrender now. One strike is all it would take to end you. Surrender, and you may be spared pain. Oh, in an epic play such as this, I refuse an early exit. My orders were to bring you back, dead or alive. I never planned on bringing you back alive. Your head belongs to me. All this time, your eyes fixed on the tide. Never once did you see the threat in the sky. Annihilation. Right on time!
The connection was cut off by Forlova and Scar as the waiting party was sent into the dark tide without any preparations. Qiuyuan then appeared, destroying the Anchor Stone. Galbrena revealed that Qiuyuan is the Grand Architect of Fraxidus, the thousand-faced survivor, Schwarzschlag, with the ability to mimic, create, and replicate another's frequencies and bodies. Galbrena will hold Qiuyuan off as Rover enters the city of eternal bliss. Leviathan's whispers got worse as Rover witnessed phantoms of the friends of Venusita going through the fears that plagued them, lost in the dark tide. Finally, they met Cristoforo, who dropped hints of who Abby truly is, something much more sinister than its cute form leads on. Cristoforo continues with his monologue, as it was all a distraction. Their goal was the variable, Galbrena, as Rover tries to stop them but fails and gets consumed by the dark tide. In the fight against Qiuyuan, Galbrena has her tacit discord taken from her, but little did he know they weren't the reason she was strong.
I've heard enough of this crap. You hide behind borrowed faces. But me, I've never once doubted who I am. I've risen from blood and inferno 1,000 times. Faced the monsters that lined up to devour me, and fought back without mercy. I broke Harpia's razor wings and tore out Balor's demon eye. Not even Dalahan's iron hooves could bring me to my knees. The dark tide cursed me long ago. I should have been dead, but here I stand. And you think one of your clones can stop me?
Still clinging to hope. Shartan may spark your courage, but it shall not change your end. And so be it. Forsake all hope of ever beholding paradise. I shall guide you to the Amethyst shore, into eternal darkness, into hell.
We're already there, Schwarzloch. This blood. It should be enough. My flames could never reach you before. But now, it's time you paid for your actions. The hunt begins. May the flames light your way home.
Galbrena reached Rover, but the purest dark tide has swallowed them. However, Galbrena will use her flame at the risk of her life for a semblance of hope to burn it away and rescue them from their imprisonment. During this time, Rover awakens in a land of ice, blanketed in white snow with stone plaques in their path. These plaques are tombstones with names of their friends, symbolizing their death. Christopher continues his whispers into Rover's mind as Rover makes their way past the tombstone and an ocean lies before them. Resting on a rock in the middle of the ocean was their blade. Cristoforo's whisper slowly corrupts Rover, giving them the choice of being a savior, knowing full well that Rover would choose to end their own life if it means saving others. However, at this moment, Galbrena appears, snapping Rover out of their stupor. Galbrena reveals that Rover is currently in their mindscape, a very unique place that means a lot to them. I want you all to listen to the music as this conversation happens, as it is very important. They pay homage to those who played from the very beginning. It was the login screen music before Renacita. Saving Light is the name of the song, and it symbolizes Rover as hope. Even in the darkest times, hope cuts through. Hope is the light that lifts us out of darkness.
I've seen many places, but nothing quite like this. It must mean a lot to you.
But I saw Carlotta, Brant, everyone. And you. You were all just like in that illusion I had before.
Leviathan preyed on your deepest fear of losing the ones you care about, and turned it into these gravestones. The ones who seem the strongest often fear loss the most. That's how Leviathan slips in, by exposing our pain to the light. If you let it take hold, you'll never break free. In the end, your mind and body will be devoured, dismantled, reshaped, and assimilated. It's no better than death. So, you could say this place hangs between life and death. Your friends are here too, each of them fighting their own demons. But can you feel this?
Yes. It's warm and real.
There. Look up. When I hunt, I often travel through the night. The darkness is thick, but faint stars hang above to guide me. But those stars don't shine for me. Long before I even looked up, they'd already been watching over the sky. Leviathan has underestimated human resolve. To me, these gravestones, they're signposts left by the living for those still fighting. Like stars destined to burn out, they refuse to stop shining until the very end. There's always someone in the dark, giving their life to light the way and pass hope to those who follow. That's why you and I, we don't stop moving forward. Sometimes, all it takes is the first step. That's enough to light the way for others. And maybe one day, they'll be the ones lighting the way for you. I don't know your past, but I do know the future you want isn't one of death. Being scared of losing someone just means you're human. But the people you love, the ones who love you back, they'd never let you face the end alone. This isn't where it ends. If you want the path to open, remember all the people you helped anchor to a future. Now, it's time to anchor yourself. But before that, take a look behind you. You've come a long way, changed a lot of lives. That's your past, but it's also your strength. So use it. Hope is still out there, waiting for you. Take this spark with you. Take the step. Through darkness, into the light. We will be right behind you.
New allies born from the perils of the high seas.
Good people
What better way to begin with epic?
Heroes appear in a time of crisis. Justice triumphs over evil, and united friends are under
The Codex reminds us, it is not the lighthouse that guides us through the storm to safety, but our own eyes.
The difference, though, is that you are a blade. A weapon that can break
Like I said,
We seize control.
music itself holds no emotion. It's the heart that makes it unique.
A person of true character should never be defined by an inanimate blade.
Even if one day you meet defeat, remember this. Those you've helped will never let you face it alone.
I've been thinking. Our final fate might already be written, but how we walk that path is up to us. We as humans are meant to carve.
A civilization's glory is forged by generations of brave souls. It was never meant to be one person.
The waves of resistance shall never cease. Mankind will not be oppressed.
The power to ride our fate has always been ours. Even without guidance, even when divinity falls silent, civilization will find its own way.
You have no reason to carry on this fight. We carry the Dark Tide's memories.
above fate again. If the road ahead is dark, then let this soul
Be the spark that lights the night.
well set.
You are not alone, because we are here with you. Where the dark night ends, lies the blazing sun. We all made it, Rover.
Out of the dark tide, they are now ready to face Leviathan. Rover was briefed on the other party member's status. With the Echo's help, the others were able to drink the potion Cantarella made and resist the dark tide's influence, waiting for light to guide their path out. That light, that anchor of hope, was Rover through his connection with everyone. For the next scenes, please pay attention to the part where our maiden returns. It is part of her theme song, and you know how much I love that song. Also, the final scene is truly one for the books, in my opinion.
Mortals must seek salvation. Mortals must follow a uniform creed. Now, Righteous One, open the gate to ascension.
You are not her. Reveal yourself, Leviathan.
I am the beginning and the end, the first breath and the final sigh. I have ever been Renasita's sole divinity. By my gospel alone didst thou arise, united and reborn. And now thou dare lift thy hand against me. Fleur-de-Lis, once more the crown is thine. Return to my embrace. Now, faithless heretics, kneel and receive thy judgment.
To restore its frequencies.
I'll handle it.
Thank you, everyone. It worked. I'm back!
Fleur-de-Lis, wilt thou cast
humanity alone can't sway you, then we will defeat you together.
Thou dare pit mortal will against the divine. When we hold the deepest abyss of despair.
People of Renacita, please hear my call. Unite with all your will and hope.
Feeble resistance. The fate of Renacita is mine to decree.
Leviathan, may you now be bound by the weight of humanity's hopes.
Abraxas! Why hast thou betrayed us?
Time to absorb the dark tide.
I'll split the gem from its physical form.
Time to finish this.
Our paths were never truly opposed. One day, they shall cross again. Remember this. We were once your wastelands.
Reigns the land. Within it lies the will of every primus of the Order, from Napoli II to my own resolve and atonement. Let its light banish this final darkness. Renacita will surely know a lasting dawn.
This concludes the story of Renacita. The rest of it is just goodbyes, so I will skip over that. However, in the short epilogue, we learn a few things such as Galbrena joining the Black Shores and Leviathan's cry regarding Abraxas was something only Abby and Rover heard. We also learned that our next destination is Laha Roy, as Fraxidus also has their sights on it. Also, Frolova is apparently leaving Fraxidus to do her own thing. In Qiuyuan's short story, we also learned a few things about a possible region and fight we will explore in the future. Mingting, the region where Qiuyuan resides, seemed to be corrupt, and Fraxidus have ears and eyes in that region. Qiuyuan was ordered to kill Geshu Lin, but he refused, and that down the line resulted in Geshu Lin being influenced by Overthrax, leading to the death of many people on the battlefield that day. Qiuyuan blames himself for this and was also stripped of his position in Mingting, but was ordered by the Grand Marshal to secretly aid Rover and hunt Scar. Personally, I enjoyed a lot of Renacita's story, although there are flaws. One particular one is the focus on character per patch, which although I understood why they did it, I didn't agree with that writing style, and I hope they change it in the future. However, the conclusion of Renacita was an amazing send-off, in my opinion. I personally believe that the Mindscape scene where Saving Light, the background music for the login screen, played was an ode to the players who played since the very beginning, and that really warms my heart as one of the players who stuck around. I'm looking forward to 3.0 and the story of Laha Roy. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. This is Jin checking out. I'll see you in the next video. Oh, and my god did Christopher piss me off. What a great villain. Bye bye.